Are we in? Looking good. Okay, let's check the sound. Check, check, mic 1. That's mic 2. Check, check, mic 1. That's too low. Let's try that again. How does that sound? Using different setup. Let's see. Not terrible. A little more high sound in that. Okay. So it is exactly at 5:30 now. I'm going to go ahead and start moving through the songs today. It's going to be weird for me pointing it this way. In case it wasn't obvious, there's some difference in how I've got it set up. I'll be right back. There we go. I can. Sorry, I had to turn off my audio feedback for the for my sound check. So the first song I'm going to be going through today is, let me go back and talk about all three. Oh, there we go. First song is going to be The Banks of Newfoundland, another sea shanty, but I'm going to be playing with this one because I didn't have time to record a bunch of voices for that one. So the next one will be Will the Circle Be Unbroken? Another song with the same exact chords as the last two we've done for the middle. That was This Little Light of Mine and Do Remember Me. And the last one is going to be Hard Times Come Again No More by Stephen Foster. And we will have a little bit of a talk about that one because that one's got a little bit of a complicated history. So, the first song on today's list is The Banks of Newfoundland. It is a sea shanty about the struggles of sailing so far north in the cold. If you don't know, Newfoundland is that little chunk in red right there. It is super far north above North Carolina where I am, above New York, above Maine. It is way, way, way up there, very much near the Arctic Circle. Arctic? Yeah, the north one's the Arctic Circle. It's got bears. So very much near the Arctic Circle. And it is about sailors freezing their butts off. So before we go into that one, I've got the chords for it. So this is the chorus. We'll do the chorus first. So it's G, D, E minor, B7, then E minor, 2, 3, 4, then D, rest, E minor. So that one more time with G first and ready, go. G, then D. Whoop, I'm sorry. One more time and ready, go. G, then D, then E minor, B7, E minor, 3, 4, then D, E minor. So this is coming up on the next part. Now here those chords are with the words. Listen to it for the first time, unless you already know it, and sing along. 1, 2, 3. We'll scrape her and we'll scrub her with holy stone and sand, for there blows some cold nor'westers on the banks of Newfoundland. I'll take it a little faster. I'm doing it really slow. It's meant to be like sort of a driving one. So 1, 2, 3. We'll scrape her and we'll scrub her with holy stone and sand, for there blows some cold nor'westers on the banks of Newfoundland. One more time with that. That's the chorus. That's the part that, like, if you can sing along with that, please do. 1, 2, 3. We'll scrape her and we'll scrub her with holy stone and sand, for there blows some cold nor'westers on the banks of Newfoundland. All right, this is the verse. The verse, a little bit longer, but easier chords. Starts with E minor, 2, ready. E minor, 2, 3, now G, switch to D, back to E, 2, 3, now D, back to E minor. Just do that top part again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Play E minor, then go on to G, then off to D, then E minor again, and then to D, go back to E. 1, 2, going from, start at the top and keep going. 1, 2, ready, E. 2, 3, then go to G, then to D, then E minor, then go back to D and E. Go to G, D, E minor, B7, E minor, 2, 3, 4, D, E minor. That's the exact same as the chorus. Just as the chorus again. So, 1, 2, listen up, and here we go. Me bully boys of Liverpool, I'll have you to beware. When you sail on them packet ships, no dungaree jumpers wear. But have a good monkey jacket, ready to your hand, for there blows some cold nor'westers on the banks of Newfoundland. We'll scrape her and we'll scrub her with holy stone and sand, for there blows some cold nor'westers on the banks of Newfoundland. So that's a whole verse and a chorus. So let's go back and we'll do that verse and chorus again, but after that, it's just those same chords over and over again. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Me bully boys of Liverpool, I'll have you to beware. When you sail on them packet ships, no dungaree jumpers wear. But have a good monkey jacket, ready to your hand, for there blow some cold nor'westers on the banks of Newfoundland. We'll scrape her and we'll scrub her with holy stone and sand, for there blow some cold nor'westers on the banks of Newfoundland. Well, we had Jack Lynch from Ballynahinch, Mike Murphy and some more, and upon the deck they suffered like heck on the way to Baltimore. They pawned their gear in Liverpool and sailed as they did stand, but there blow some cold nor'westers on the banks of Newfoundland. We'll scrape her and we'll scrub her with holy stone and sand, for there blow some cold nor'westers on the banks of Newfoundland. Well, the mate, he stood on the forecastle head and loudly he did roar, "Come rattle her in, me lucky lads, you're bound for America's shore. Come wipe the blood off that dead man's face and haul for better land, for there blows some cold nor'westers on the banks of Newfoundland. We'll scrape her and we'll scrub her with holy stone and sand, for there blows some cold nor'westers on the banks of Newfoundland." And now it's reef and reef, me boys of the canvas frozen hard. Each mount, sorry. Woo, I'll start back there in a second. Canvas frozen hard. Reef and reef means they're pulling on the sail to get it to change shape and change size. And the canvas frozen hard, they're talking about the sail canvas, not canvas like you have for school canvas. Let's go back in there with it. Now it's reef and reef. So they're really in the thick of it. It's getting cold. 1, 2, 3. And now it's reef and reef, me boys with the canvas frozen hard. At each mountain, past every mother's son, a 90-foot topsail yard. Forget the boots and oilskins and haul for better land, but there blows some cold nor'westers on the banks of Newfoundland. We'll scrape her and we'll scrub her with holy stone and sand, for there blows some cold nor'westers on the banks of Newfoundland. And now we're off the hook, me boys, and the land is white with snow. And soon we'll see the pay table and we'll spend the whole night below. And on the docks come down in flocks, them pretty girls will say, "Well, it's snugger with me than on the sea in the banks of Newfoundland." We'll scrape her and we'll scrub her with holy stone and sand, for there blows some cold nor'westers on the banks of Newfoundland. We'll scrape her and we'll scrub her with holy stone and sand, for there blows some cold nor'westers on the banks of Newfoundland. I'll sing that one more time. We can sing it together. I'll go back and talk about a couple of these words we got in here. So, tons of stuff up here. The matey stood on the forecastle head, that's like the crow's nest, it's a very high part on the ship, and loudly he did roar, "Come rattle her in, me lucky lads, you're bound for America's shore." We're going to America where it's a little bit warmer. We're not going to freeze our butts off anymore. Come wipe the blood off that dead man's face and haul for better land. That guy working with you, he might have dropped dead from the cold next to you. Get the blood off his face, move him out of the way, and keep working, and haul for better land. Ugh, hair in my mouth. Who put that there? And then let's see. Woo! Where is it? There it is. So we talked about forget the boots and oilskins down in the middle there. Forget the boots and oilskins. That's saying you don't have any warm clothing. Forget about it. You're going to freeze. Let's work on getting out of here. And the last verse here, and now we're off the hook, means they've finished their job. The land is white with snow. It's starting to snow. They need to get out of there. And soon we'll see the pay table, means they've finished their work and they're about to get paid cash money. We'll spend the whole night below. I believe that means we'll spend the night indoors, out of the way, either like below deck because we finished all the hard work until we get to, we'll spend the whole night below deck. And on the docks, come down in flocks, those pretty girls will say. So when you get to the docks, a whole bunch of pretty women are going to come up because, like, you've got money now. Hey, boys, we got money in here. It's snugger with me than on the sea. It's meaning it's snugglier, it's warmer, it's more pleasant to be with them than it is to be on the banks of Newfoundland. Do the chorus one more time. 1, 2, 3. We'll scrape her and we'll scrub her with holy stone and sand, for there blow some cold nor'westers on the banks of Newfoundland. We'll scrape her and we'll scrub her with holy stone and sand, for there blow some cold nor'westers on the banks of Newfoundland. So yeah, I had to kind of pull this together out of nowhere because I was going to be having a jam session with a few other people, and I had to pick some songs really quick that I could learn and I hadn't already done. This next song that we're going to talk about is Will the Circle Be Unbroken? It is another gospel tune, just like This Little Light of Mine, and just like This Little Light of Mine, it was written with the same chords as Do Remember Me. So the lyrics are about someone who is lamenting losing a loved one. Specifically, it's about someone who laments losing their mother. But they're being happy because they know they'll see him again sometime. So, look at these chords for this one. Starts with... Let's look at the bottom first. The bottom part here, we've got that same chord chart. Starts with G, and ready, go. G, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3. Now C, 2, 3, and back to G. Now play the G, optional D, to E minor, 2, 3, 4, G, then to D, then to G. So it goes a little fast and slow there. Let's try that a little faster, and I'll sing the words. 1, 2, 3. Will the circle be unbroken? By and by, Lord, by and by. There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. That's the chorus. Let's try that one more time. Gonna pick up the speed a little bit. 1, 2, 1, 2. Sorry. I'm laughing, I'm giggling on myself here. 1, 2, 3. Will the circle be unbroken? By and by, Lord, by and by. There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Here's the first verse. I was standing at my window on a cold and cloudy day when I saw the hearse come rolling for to carry my mother away. Will the circle be unbroken? By and by, Lord, by and by. There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Next verse, pretty much the same thing. 1, 2, 3. I went back home. Home was lonely, for my mother, she was gone. All my family there was crying, for our home felt so sad and alone. Will the circle be unbroken? By and by, Lord, by and by. There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Last verse, talking to the undertaker, the man who drives the hearse and lays that body in the ground. 1, 2, 3. Well, I told that Undertaker, Undertaker, please drive slow. For that body, you're a hauling, Lord. I hate to see her go. Will the circle be unbroken? By and by, Lord, by and by. There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. That's that whole song. I think we have time to run through that one all the way from the top to the bottom without me stopping between verses to like talk about it and explain things and give cues. I'll try to go fast. Remember, I'm also like tapping with my foot down here. I'm doing the hokey pokey. Whew, standing on one leg trying to get these things advanced. If anyone wants to be like a lovely angel and buy me a little USB foot pedal to like tap my foot on so I can change it without literally having my keyboard on the ground, let me know. Because I'm sort of like standing on one leg here. I'm going to start here. I was standing by my window. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I was standing by my window on a cold and cloudy day when I saw that hearse come rolling for to carry my mother away. Will the circle be unbroken? By and by, Lord, by and by. There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. I went back home, home was lonely, for my mother, she was gone. All my family there was crying, for our home felt sad and alone. Will the circle be unbroken? By and by, Lord, by and by. There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Well, I told that Undertaker, Undertaker, please drive slow. For that lady, you're a hauling, Lord. I hate to see her go. Will the circle be unbroken? By and by, Lord, by and by. There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Whew. That one makes, oh, that's a little tiring on my arm. So I'm going to explain the next song coming up here while my arm cools down. You can see I got a lovely little, I don't know if you can see it on camera. Right there. Oh, it's hard to show. Yeah. That was probably a lot of me waving my arm for no reason if you can't see it, but lots of like pressed in marks where I'm holding up the ukulele. I could probably also use like a strap when I'm playing online and playing live. Whoops. So this next song is called Hard Times Come Again No More. It's by a man named Stephen Foster, and Stephen Foster lived in the 1800s, early America, and he has a complicated history. He is called the father of American song because he wrote so many of our popular songs. But some of his songs are not performed today because they are offensive to black people. He would write songs in a dialect, meaning he would make fun of the way that black people at the time spoke and write it in an offensive way. So some of his songs have been removed from what we call the canon. Nobody sings them, nobody plays them, except some people do sing them and some people do perform them. And it gets a little complicated there on what's right and what's the right answer. I'm not going to say what the right answer is for everyone. I think that we should avoid songs that are offensive. Some people think that we should avoid all of his music entirely because he wrote some songs that were offensive. But what I will do is I will point and put up here, when it's not a live stream, I'll put a little card with a link where you can go listen to the discussion and read for yourself about his history and make your own decision on that. But this song in particular, Hard Times Come Again No More, gained popularity during the Great Depression, which is one of the hardest times in America's history when so many people were starving and had no money. But it has been performed by other artists. It's been performed by artists of all genres, and it's been performed by black artists as a gospel tune. It's been performed by white country artists. So it's really a song that has kind of grown bigger than its writer. Its writer may have done some things that were problematic, but the song itself has touched a lot of people. So that's a lot of me talking about it. Let's get to it. And I'm going to try not to cry, because it does hit me a little bit in my heart. This one just uses C, G, A minor, F, and a little bit of D. Let us pause in life's pleasures and count its many tears, while we all sop sorrow with the poor. There's a song that will linger forever in our ears. Oh, hard times come again no more. 'Tis the song, the sigh of the weary. Hard times come again no more. Many days you have lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times come again no more. Let's go back and look at that first verse again. So it's saying, let us pause in life's pleasures to count its many tears. Take some time during the good times to remember the bad times, while we all sup sorrow with the poor. Because everyone's got some time in their lives, and the sorrow is something that we can all bond over. Everyone has experienced pain and suffering. We can all feel together over that. Even if you're having a good time, when you remember the times you were low, it will encourage you to help other people. And there's a song that will linger forever in our ears. Oh, hard times come again no more. You can't forget the times that you've been down and out. And more importantly, you can't forget the people who helped you get back up. And then it's the song, the sigh of the weary. Oh, hard times come again no more. It's the song that everyone who's suffering sings. They want hard times to stop and not come back. And then it's talking about the times themselves. Many days you have lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times come again no more. So it's saying hard times have been around this person's door so long it wants them to be gone and go away. Hard times come again no more. Let's look at, can I get it to go back? Oh, I messed it up. Let me move it over here. I'll get it back to the first. I'll play straight through to the first and second verse this time. This one makes me emotional. Sorry, this one I heard a lot when I was a little kid, and it's really kind of stuck in my heart. Not in my head, in my heart. Let us pause in life's pleasures to count its many tears, while we all sop sorrow with the poor. There's a song that will linger forever in our ears. Oh, hard times come again no more. 'Tis the song, the sigh of the weary. Hard times come again no more. Many days you have lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times come again no more. One, two, three. While we seek mirth and beauty and music light and gay, there are frail forms waiting by the door. Though their voices are silent, their pleading looks will say, hard times come again no more. 'Tis the song, the sigh of the weary. Hard times, come again no more. Many days you have lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times, come again no more. You know, we have time to go through that song one more time, and I want to, so we're gonna. And I'll try not to freeze in the middle. I will talk about this last, there we go, this second verse here. While we seek mirth and beauty and music light and gay. Remember, this is 1800s. Here, gay just means happy. They're talking about while we seek these beautiful things, there are people outside of our lives, outside of our circle, who are suffering. And they may not have a voice. They may be in silence. They may not be able to speak for themselves. But one look at them, and you can tell they are hurting and wanted to stop. This is a song that is all about empathy and shared experiences. I'm going to try and not pause between verses this time. It's just a little tricky to change the thing and think about it. 1, 2, 3. Let us pause in life's pleasures and count its many tears, while we all sop sorrow with the poor. There's a song that will linger forever in our ears. Oh, hard times, come again no more. 'Tis the song, the sigh of the weary. Hard times, come again no more. Many days you have lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times, come again no more. While we seek mirth and beauty and music light and gay, there are frail forms waiting by the door. Though their voices are silent, their pleading looks will say, hard times, come again no more. 'Tis the song, the sigh of the weary. Hard times, come again no more. Many days you have lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times, come again no more. Oh, hard times, come again no more. All right. That's all I got for this week. A little shorter, I know, but I had to cancel the jam session because of a scare for my family, a scare for my mother was exposed to COVID, but she's fine, and she had tons of PPE, and she works in the hospital. So exposed when you're a healthcare worker can mean lots of things. It meant that she has worked with someone who had COVID, and while she's fine, she doesn't have any symptoms. We don't think she is at all infected. It's responsible not to have people in our house because that's what's safe and responsible. So next week I will have more of a plan and hopefully a little bit more singing, less talking. But like I said, I'll put some cards up in the corner for this week. You can do some like reading and listening about people talking about Stephen Foster and his music. I will put some other versions, some better versions of that song in the chat, or not in the chat, in the description, so you can hear better artists, better singers than me, hear their powerful performances of it. I hope it reminds everyone to feel some empathy this week. Have a good weekend.